what's going on, everybody, and welcome to my 2016 gear bag video. I did a gear bag video last year for 2015 where I showcased all of my stuff. That's when I first got back into paintball, again with me, my son, and my daughter over here. My daughter's gear bag video has already been uploaded. I actually just recorded my son's right prior to this video, and now I'm doing mine. So without further ado, we're going to roll into what I've got this year. I won't probably go into as much detail as I did last year's gear bag because I really went into a lot of detail with a lot of my stuff. So I'm just going to kind of show you guys what I've got now and kind of talk about what I used to have and kind of like the changes of, geez, give me your toy. Ew, that was all slobbery. Okay, you can leave now. That was gross. Alright, so we're going to jump back into it. I'm using the same gear bag. That is really like slimy and gross. I'm using the same gear bag as last year, which is the Planet Eclipse Stretch Poison gear bag. I highly recommend it. I've said it in all the videos for me and my kids. That's an amazing gear bag. Whether or not you're a Planet Eclipse fan or not, it's an amazing gear bag. Side pouch over here, I've just got some barrel covers, some extra barrel covers for several reasons, because if you end up losing one, you gotta have one when you're on the field, and if my son loses one, which is highly likely for him to lose things, I've got an extra one. Or if somebody on the field maybe needs to borrow one for the day, I got one. Next pocket I've got here, I keep a couple of things in. I have an Exalt barrel kit case to hold all of my inserts, because I gave my son my barrel insert cover because I gave his away to a kid at a field because he had a bunch of inserts that were getting damaged, so I felt bad and wanted to give him that one. So this is all my inserts that I can use, so if we ever travel, like we're going to go to Living Legends or anything of the sorts, I can actually insert and bore my paint to whatever size we are using for the field for that particular day. I highly recommend these Exalt cases. By the way, I've got the Exalt cases for everything. They keep your gear safe when you're in the gear bag. You can squish this thing and move it around, and it keeps the stuff inside of it nice and safe. You'll see a trend here with the Exalt cases. This is my tank case, same as my daughter's and my son's. I've got a Ninja 77 4500 SL tank. This was actually different from last year. I was using the same color, but it was a 68 4500. This one's a 77 4500, so it's a little bit longer. So that way, whenever I'm actually shooting my gun, I'm not so close up on it. It puts the length of the gun a little longer. Still have the same thread protector and the nipple protector for keeping paint and stuff out of it whenever we're on the field. But I do love Ninja products, cool stuff. I've only used Ninja tanks. I know Gorilla Air makes some and a few other people, but I heard a lot of good stuff about Ninja tanks, so that's kind of why I use those. Next item up, yet another Exalt case. This one is my mask case. This was something, I'll be honest with you guys, I struggled with for weeks and months, that I've purchased and sent back and returned masks upon masks. I started off paintball with a Dye I4 paintball mask. I liked it, but it was very close to my face, I guess. I don't really know how to say it other than it felt good, like the foam and stuff was okay with it, but it was just super close to my face. Like it was, my son actually just went and got it. This was my son's old Dye I4. The problem with this mask is if I put it on, I can't even get my finger, like it's super like form-fitting to your face. I don't really care for masks like that. Like I like masks that are a little bit more breathability, a little bit bigger. The current mask I'm using is the Virtue. Virtue. I don't know why I say Virtue. It's the V-Force Grills. This one is the Nightmare Lime. It's actually a special edition mask, which is no longer available to purchase, with the Aurora Green, I think is, I don't know, the HDR lens, I don't know the exact name of it, but it's like a bluish green lens. This mask here I think is pretty cool for a couple of reasons. It's much wider on my face. If I can sit down and kind of show you, like I can put this one on.
You've got the head style for that one.
And I still have tons of room. Like I can sit my fingers and my hands like all inside there. As my son says, he says it looks better on me than the other ones do. I've used the KLR mask. I've tried the Di-4. I've tried the Virtue.
Both Virtue Vios.
Both Virtue Vios. I've tried a JT Pro or Events, I think. The JT ones the foam is so thick on them that it's
You mean the E-Flex?
E-Flex. Yeah, the E-Flex.
It was the Empire E-Flex.
Yeah, sorry, the Empire E-Flexes.
I got you.
Super, super cool mask. I loved it. It was super comfortable, but it was just not really for me. So far, I've kind of been bouncing between the HK Army KLRs and these. The KLRs are a super cool mask. I love the way they fit. But the problem is I can't mount my camera to it for recording unless I stick it right to the lens. The grills, I actually watched a video online where a guy cut a piece of bike tube. I'll show you real quick where he cut a piece of bike tube and I was able to mount my camera to the side of the mask here, and I'll actually show you guys how that looks on there. But that's the only reason why I'm kind of using the grills, is because it's the ease of mounting my mask or my camera to my mask. So I'll set this to the side until I get to the camera later. So this is an edit that I just cut in during the gear bag video. Obviously everything's all put back in the gear bag, but I wanted to talk about the KLR mask. Basically the grills are the mask that I've been kind of bouncing between. I was telling you guys about the grills and then the KLR mask. This is the mask that I've been talking about, that I have to actually stick the camera mount actually to the lens, which isn't a bad thing. I would normally stick it to here, but the problem is this whole clip actually flips open, which is what ejects the lens, so I can't do that. I do like this mask a lot. This is the one that I've been going back to a lot, simply because it fits a lot more form to my face. Like I can still reach in here, I've got plenty of room. It breathes well. It's got super, super nice cushy foam in it. I really like this mask. This is probably the mask that I will default to versus the grills. Like I said, I do like the grills, but I like the way these feel. Like they fit form to my face. They fit snug, but yet breathable and comfortable. So I just wanted to add this in there to the 2016 gear bag video. And one thing that I did forget was my lens case. I know a few people out there like to carry extra lenses if you guys travel, or maybe you get shot and you're having a hard time cleaning it, or you're maybe outside and want a tinted smoke lens, or you're indoors and want a different lens, or maybe it's super bright outside. Obviously yet another Exalt case, but this one here holds all the different lenses. I've got a couple of different lenses in here, like a smoke and a gold and a bright yellow or something like that. That way I can adapt to different climates, different indoors, or like there was one weekend I just kept getting hit in the goggles and I just was smearing paint, so I ended up just changing lenses. So definitely something good to have as an extra lens or two, and definitely the Exalt carbon fiber case. It's got a little compartment on top here which holds a microfiber for wiping lenses, which is also really nice. Exalt makes really cool products to keep your gear safe. So sorry for the edit. Sit back and relax and continue watching the 2016 gear bag video. We'll open up the main compartment here. What I've got inside here actually is my Contour Roam 2. That's probably the top question everybody asks me, is what camera I use for recording. And that's it there. It's the Contour Roam 2. And on my mask, I have the little clip mounted to the side. All I do is just slide it on like this, and boom, that's all there is to it. And it just sits right there like that. It doesn't go anywhere when I'm running, diving, sliding. And that's what you guys see in the paintball videos. That's my point of view of things right there. I've actually taken 2 camera shots in this thing the past 2 weekends, and there's not even a scratch on the lens on that thing. Very, very good camera, good quality. Even for indoor stuff, that's the problem, is we only have indoor fields here. I've seen people that record with this on the exterior, like on outdoor fields, and looks super, super good. So I'm excited to get some outdoor footage with this thing. So there is the Contour Roam 2 camera that I use. In this pouch here, there's no sense in opening it. I've just got all the manuals, instruction manuals and stuff for, you know, the guns and hoppers and all that other stuff. So we'll flip this open. First up, I've got this changed from last year. I was using the Planet Eclipse HD Core arm pads or elbow pads, which is what my son currently, you guys saw in his video. I'm actually trying out and using the Empire's new Neo Skin, which are super, super nice. As you can see, they're super flexible. I could just roll these things up and throw them around. Super lightweight, super breathable. They have a little thumb hole here and just enough padding in the elbow. They actually have a whole nother pocket in here where you can add and remove padding. I actually removed the padding because it was just so bulky. It just, I couldn't really move too good, so I ended up taking that out. Now I've got these really cool, lightweight arm pads. You don't even know you're really wearing them. They're just super lightweight, super breathable. I really recommend these ones. Planet Eclipse ones are nice, but you feel, you know you're wearing them all day, whereas these ones, they're so lightweight. Cool stuff there. Next item, another Exalt case. This one houses my hopper. Last year, I think, when I did this review, gosh, I think I had the TFX last year, and then I had the Dye R2 rotor before that, and I've used the Virtue Spire, which my son has. Pros and cons. My Dye R2, I have had jam a few times. TFX, I've never had one single jam yet. This thing is never jammed on me. Super easy to break apart. There's the top part, and there's the bottom. Boom, it's broken apart. It is insanely easy to tear apart. It feeds insanely good and insanely fast. I love this hopper 110% to death, but I'd have to say my biggest pet peeve with it are two crucial things that I mentioned in my daughter's video. And one is the capacity. If you're got 20 or 30 balls still left in there and you know you're running low on paint, if you grab a pod and go to drop it in there, one, the speed feed is super tiny, so you have to be pretty dead on with your pod to your speed feed, and the balls don't feed all the way in there. You almost have to be shooting, drop your gun down, and kind of give it a couple of shakes to get all the paint in. Which, you know, I'm not a professional. I'm not, you know, having to shoot them, you know, all these different, where I'm not throwing 5 and 6 pods per game. But at the same time, if I'm in the heat of the moment, you know, gun battle, I don't want to have to go like this and shake it. So what I do is I'll just kind of go like this and throw it, and I end up losing, you know, 30 or 40 paintballs. And I don't know about the pros, but I'm not sponsored, so I'm paying for all my paint, and that paint's expensive. So I kind of get really picky with dropping 40, 50 paintballs on the ground. So, and it has a problem with feeding like the last 20 or so paintballs. So if you're getting down to it, let's just say you're practicing at the field, and you're just target practicing and you're shooting, you'll hear it in there spinning and kind of popping the last 20 or 15 or so balls around. So you've got to kind of keep like knocking the hopper back to get it to feed in there. Other than that, I highly recommend this hopper. I absolutely love the colorways of it. It matches everything that I've got. I'm a big person on stuff matching. I've actually got a Virtue Spire 260 coming that I'm going to try. It's really kind of hard to make a decision on the 260 Virtue and the TFX just because it is so easy to break this thing apart. This thing shoots like a dream. I love this hopper. I just wish that it had a 260 capacity. That's my biggest pet peeve with it. I didn't have this last year. This is Exalt's new loader case, which is cool. It's all green microfiber lined. It's got a pouch up here for keeping your lids. Like the extra lids the TFX has a lid and a rain lid. I keep those up here. And it's even got a little compartment to hold batteries. I've got a 9-volt and 2 AA's and my Allen key for adjusting the velocity on my gun. So really cool that they made these little cases that allows me to carry extra batteries and stuff. These two are over here fighting over a toy. Next item up.
I'm sure that to people who don't know probably sounds so freaking mean and like aggressive.
Yeah. Next item up are my cleats. I actually last year In my 2015 gear bag, I was using the Planet Eclipse cleats. I ended up retiring those. I beat those to heck. They still work good, but my feet were super sore by the end of the day. I haven't had a chance to use these yet, but I just got these in the mail the other day. These are the Under Armour Speedform cleats. These things are super, super comfortable. They have like a memory foam like lining on the inside of them. They're identical to my son's. Yours are the Nike
Hypervenom.
Yeah, his are the Nike Hypervenom. These are the Under Armour Speedforms. So super, super comfortable. I like them a lot. They're like I said, I haven't had a chance to really use them yet, but I can tell you right now, I just walked around them in the house, and they are super comfortable. So
did you not use them this last time you played?
they came in the mail after I left to the paintball field. I was waiting for them as long as I could, but they showed up at like 5 and I left for the paintball field earlier. You should try them. So super cool cleats. They're a little on the expensive side though. They're like $100 for a pair of cleats, you know, but I think his were like 60 or 70.
I think with cleats, you kind of want to go a bit more on the
Yeah.
higher side because you are
Yeah.
going to be using them a lot and you want them to last.
That's the biggest thing. You want them to last. My Exalt paintball cleats, the threads were starting to tear out of the toes where I was sliding and diving and stuff like that. Plus, they weren't comfortable. If I was only playing 4 or 5 hours at a paintball field, an indoor paintball field, and my feet were killing me, could you imagine doing an 8 or a 10-hour outdoor all-day event? Like, my feet would be screaming. Next up, I got a couple of extra shirts and stuff. I've got a Planet Eclipse jersey in here, or like not jersey, but tank top. Guess I really don't need it in here. I just wore it to the field last time, so I really don't even need to keep that in there. My beanie, same as last year I think, is the Planet Eclipse staple beanie. I use this with a headband to go underneath my mask to kind of help for head protection, since I do shave my head and don't want to get blasted in the head. My socks, I got some Under Armour socks like Tyler was talking about in his video. I recommend some nice comfortable socks. Not necessarily having to have paintball socks. These are just Under Armour like Speedform socks or something like that. But they're nice and thick and they're super comfortable and breathable. I can't recommend socks enough to you that will make your day that much better. So recommend
It fills out your shoe a lot more.
Yeah, it fills out your shoe and just gives you just that much more support. So I do recommend a good pair of socks. Me, of course, I went with the matching lime green Under Armour socks. Got my HK Army headband. This one used to be the head wrap where it had the netting that when you put on the black netting would come over your head. But this one here, I actually snipped all the netting off and I just have it just as a Velcro. So now what I can do is when I go to the field and put it on, all I got to do is just slip it on my head like that, put on my beanie, and then throw my mask on. So I don't have to worry about tying it or it coming loose during a game. So that's super cool. Next item in here, I've got a Planet Eclipse dry fit shirt. Basically, I have these clothes in here because after I'm done playing paintball, I get all sweaty and stuff and I want to rip out of that paintball gear and put on some normal clothes. So I have a couple of t-shirts in here just in case. Probably got too many for what I need. I got another dry fit shirt. This is all new to 2016, by the way. I didn't have this stuff last year. I got an HK Army dry fit shirt. These dry fit shirts are super lightweight, super breathable, so that way when you're done playing or if you're wearing these under a jersey, super good to have. I think I've said super a lot of times past few minutes.
I like these, by the way.
Next up, my jersey, same as last year. I didn't upgrade or change this at all. This one's the 2014, I believe, or 2015 HK Army Slime. I actually tried HK Army's new jersey, their 2016. It was called the Electric jersey. I actually bought it off Amazon, got it, and returned it the same day. It was more of like a lime highlighter yellow color, whereas this one's more of like a lime green matching color with all my gear, so that's why I ended up getting that. I love this jersey. The only alterations I've done to it is the sleeve actually used to come with these little mini gloves. I actually cut the gloves out of it and had my wife sew back around the edges, and now it's just a sleeve just like this where I can pull my hand through just like this and not have to worry about that little glove in there. So that's the only alteration I've made to my jersey. So when I go to the paintball field, I generally just wear like maybe a t-shirt, a tank top underneath that, and then my jersey on top of that. Next up, here's the tank top I actually wear, which is HK Army. It's a super thin, super lightweight material tank top. This is what I usually wear with that HK Army dry fit and then my jersey. Next item are my pants. These are different from last year. I actually had HK Army pants last year which were just all black. These ones are the new 2016 HK Army pants, pretty much the same as last year, but obviously they now match my gear. They have a little bit of green striping and stuff here, some cool logos here, same thing as last year. They've got the little squeegee pockets here, a couple of Velcro pockets here, and then they have a little plastic lined inner pockets here, which do not help your pants if you put them in the washer with your stuff in them. I actually just washed my clothes this past Saturday from coming back from paintball. Left my iPhone in one pocket, my keys in one pocket, and my wallet in one pocket, and washed my clothes and ruined my iPhone. Luckily my keys, they had little key fobs on them, were okay, but my wallet, I trashed a bunch of like cards and stuff in there, but my wallet got washed and I had to, oh, that was a nightmare. I had to buy a whole new cell phone, but yeah, so just so you know, they're good for paintball, but not good for protecting your phone inside the wash.
They are not waterproof.
They are not waterproof, exactly. But there you guys go. I actually have a belt on mine, because unfortunately my waist size is like right in between HK Army's sizing. So like these ones are super big on me. So I have to have the little side Velcro straps fully tightened, and I have to have the belt like tightened up like that much in order to get it to fit. If not, these things will fall off of me. So super nice pants though. They're nice, thick, they're durable. The last year ones I had were all black. These ones are a little bit more matching for what I'm using. Really good stuff. Last year I was using Planet Eclipse, the HD Core knee pads, and the Planet Eclipse slide shorts. This year I'm using the new Empire Neoskin slide shorts with built-in knee pads. I cannot recommend these enough. Super lightweight. Look at this. You can just wad these things up. Super breathable. Knee pads have got a ton of protection. Super good padding on the hips. Super good padding. And what's awesome about these is several things. One, not only are they lightweight, stretchy, and breathable, but two, the knee pads, when you wear them, the knee pads can't slide down. If you wear individual knee pads and you start to get sweaty, a lot of people complain about their knee pads sliding down their shin and they've got to keep bringing them back up. These knee pads are attached to the slide shorts. So when you're wearing them, my knee pads don't twist side to side. They don't go up or down. They stay on my knees all day long. So for those of you guys out there that are more into paintball, you know, that are looking for maybe a new pair of knee pads or slide shorts, I recommend the Empire Neoskins. I swear on these things so far. Like I said, the Planet Eclipse ones are good, but these ones are super lightweight, super breathable, and the knee pads stay where they're supposed to be. So, very good product. I like it a lot. Next item up is my pod pack, same as last year. But this one is different. My last year's one was a 4 plus 3 plus 4. This one is HK Army's new 5 plus 4 plus 4. So I think it holds 13 pods. 9, 10, 11, yeah, 13 pods now. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 pods. So this thing will hold 13 pods of paint, which will be really good when we go to like events like Living Legends and stuff, when I want to carry the most amount of paint on me when we're out on the field, because we might be gone for 2 hours playing paintball, and I'll need as much paint as I can carry on me. So really good investment on that side of it. I'm still using the same pods. I've actually tried a couple of the pods. The only thing I've done is I've stuck stickers on them now, HK Army. The reason I've stuck stickers on them is because there's a lot of people on the field that use the same color pods or the same pods. So I ended up sticking stickers all over mine, so that way I know that those are mine. They're just a standard Gen X Global Pop Top, nothing fancy. I think they're like $1.50 a piece for these things. Whereas my kids, I think, have those higher end like press flick pods. I just have the standard ones because I use the HK Army TFX hopper, and it can't really accept that much paint. So,
And those fit with the speed feed.
Yeah.
Smaller mounts.
Yeah, these fit with the TFX speed feed much better than their pods. I like their pods, but unfortunately I have to use these with the TFX. So there's that. Inside the pouch here, microfiber cloth. Another microfiber cloth. Like I said in my son's video, you can never have enough of these. You get shot in the lens, it's good to just wipe the paint off your gun. When I get home, I use these to tech my guns. The grease and wiping everything down. So highly recommend microfiber cloths. You can go to Walmart and pick them up. A couple of packs of them for a couple of bucks. Worth it. Barrel squeegees or barrel maids. I recommend these two. Same as last year. I've got an Exalt one. This one's all beat up. This was the one I had last year. This is a new one that I bought. I bought another one because if I ever lose one, I like to have a spare. When I come back from playing paintball, let's just say this one's in the wash, I have this one for cleaning out my barrel and servicing my gun while the other one's being washed. So a couple of barrel maids, good to have. This is a new addition to my gear this year. This is Exalt's pod cleaner. So basically what this thing does is it allows me to, let's just say paint breaks inside my pod. Or what happens is when I'm playing paintball and I chuck this on the ground, like rentals and walk-ons for some reason like to think people's pods are target practice, and they will start shooting your pods like all over the field. So I'll come back from a game and like all inside my pod is like shot up with paint. So this little barrel made here thing, or not barrel made, but pod cleaner, I'll stick it in all the way and then it's like a perfect tight form fit. That way I can stick it in there, clean all the paint out from everybody. Plus, sometimes I'll be running, maybe I don't pack the balls in the pod right and I'll break a ball in there. Or I'll go to pour paint and somebody just happens to shoot right inside there. Either way, this is good to clean all the paint out. Super good to have one of these things. I recommend one of these things. I think they were like 12 bucks or something like that on Amazon or something. But highly recommend a pod cleaner to clean out your pods if you don't carry a whole lot of pods like me. These two inner pouches, I've got another headband, my gloves, I'm using the HK Army hardline gloves. I've got another HK Army headband in there, another microfiber cloth. Inside this pocket, 9-volt batteries and AA batteries for the markers. I carry a bunch of different batteries so that way if my kids ever need any, or if they need a battery or something like that, or somebody on the field needs a battery, I've got that for them. And the last item up for grabs was a hard decision, I'll be honest with you. I've been bouncing between several different guns throughout the year, and I'm finally settling on a gun. I actually purchased Planet Eclipse's new Geo CS1 marker. Phenomenal marker. I really have nothing to say bad about it, other than the fact that, unfortunately, I think it's just, excuse me, I think it's just too high of a marker for the paint that I'm shooting at on our local field. Our local field is using like 1-star, just the lowest end paint, and charging people like 70 bucks a case or something for it, which I don't know what the cost is for paint, but that's just how the paintball fields make their money. Has nothing to do, I'm not dogging the paintball fields, I'm not dogging the amount of paint or the quality of paint. I just, unfortunately, the CS1 is just, if you watch my latest paintball video, it is breaking like every other ball. Like I was just having, and it was like that the previous weekend when I used it. It's breaking paint like all the time. I'm just having a really rough time with keeping paint from not breaking in it. So I ended up picking up a new gun, which is, you guys have already seen the video because I've already put it out there in a previous video. But for those of you that are stumbling across this gear bag video that have not seen my other video, I ended up picking up the brand new Shocker RSX. Go figure, it's the same as my son's gun and my daughter's, except this one is the HK Army version. They have just the standard Shocker. This one is the identical, exact same thing, except it's the HK Army version. So, you want to look at that too? This is Bear, our English Bulldog. For those of you that are new to the channel, or maybe don't follow us too much, he's our male English Bulldog. So here is the HK Army. This is their brand new HK Army Shocker RSX paintball marker. Some of the things that are different, I'll scoot a little closer to the camera for you guys. Some of the things that are different is right here on the feed neck. The feed neck actually has an adjuster bolt now, whereas the regular standard shockers do not. The front regulator is milled a little differently. I've also got a matching HK Army grip. The trigger guard is milled out a little different here. Comes more to a point and then chops in, so you've got more room for shooting for your fingers. It's also got a blade style trigger now versus the normal shockers. ASA is still the same, but the body is what's really different. You can see all the new milling and stuff that they put into the body up here. And the bolt cap is different. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. It's probably picking up on everything else back there. Yeah, it's not going to focus on that. Oh, there it goes. There's the HK logo. It's also got an HK logo on the back of the shocker there. And then if you turn the marker on, it says HK Army now on it. So, really cool gun. Shoots super nice. I shot a couple of cases through this thing last weekend or so, and didn't break a single ball. Didn't even need to bring a squeegee with me. I took the barrel out, looked down the barrel. There wasn't even a single smudge in this barrel. So, I really don't know what to say. CS1's a phenomenal marker. I use the soft tip bolt. I turned the SFR all the way to the softest shot. It was just shredding paint all day long. Super bad. This thing here, first time using it right out of the box. I put 2 cases through it and didn't break a single ball once. Phenomenal marker. I've had no issues with it. My son's been using his for a couple of months now. He loves it. My daughter used hers for the first time. She was laying paint down the field all day, didn't break a ball. So, I don't know, guys. I think I'm going to stick with the Shocker RSX. It's the hopper and the mask that I'm struggling with right now. If I should stick with the TFX or if I should, use the Virtue Spire. So I'm stuck with that and the masks too. I've got an HK KLR and I've got my grills that I'm kind of torn and bouncing between. So really, in all honesty, I think those are the only 2 things left that I'm bouncing between, is mask and a hopper as to what's going to be really good for me. So at any rate, guys, I think I've dragged this video on long enough. That pretty much wraps up and concludes my 2016 gear bag video with the all-new Shocker RSX by HK Army. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.